interactive debate show. I'm your host, James Bailey. For those newbies out here, the rules to Commotion are as follows. I'll give our guests a series of topics to rant, rave, and debate about. At the end of each topic, a winner will be chosen. Whoever wins the most topics will be declared the winner and receive 30 seconds to talk about whatever their heart desires. Now let's introduce you to tonight's panelists. Coming to CTV to defend the good family name, we have freshman Julie Lamphere. Next up, we have Brett the Ice Bear Harrington, former radio show host. And last but not least, she's got a degree in theater arts. We have Maria Romeo. Guys ready? Let's jump right in. Apple recently released plans for the new iPhone 8 and iPhone X. The biggest news coming out of the announcement was the introduction of the face scanning unlock technology on the iPhone X and the X's price tag of $1,000. Would you guys use the face scanning technology as an unlock ID? And what is the maximum price that you'd be willing to pay for an iPhone? So we'll start with Julie.
For me, I think I would use the scanning because I think it'd be a new way just to keep your phone locked and unlocked, and maybe like a little harder for people to break into your phone. And also, the maximum price I would pay for an iPhone is probably $500.
Yeah, thousands is a lot. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I personally probably wouldn't use the face scan. I would just continue using the PIN, and like the phone could potentially break, and then like the camera could break, and then you don't have a face scan. And I would only pay, like she said, around $500. And that argument to that is that Apple builds off their gadgets and little knickknacks that they have for their phones.
Oh, okay. What are your thoughts on this?
I would probably use it, but I don't know how accurate it is. Like, have they done tests with it and stuff? Like, it just doesn't seem like it would work. But
I mean, you would assume that they're like putting it out, they're promoting it, that they at least have an idea.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe it
work.
would like break or something. I don't know. But no, I would definitely try it. And I mean, $1,000 for a phone is way too much.
That's a lot, right? just a quick, are we all iPhone people here?
Yeah.
Because Android people are very passionate about. All right. So like the biggest thing with the face scanning thing that's been brought up a little bit is that like if you're like sleeping or something like that, like you could still, if your friend could like pick up your phone, like put it in front of your face and like unlock it, So like what do you think?
That's really creepy.
I mean, and like that hasn't been, but like what do you? Yeah, right. I mean it's kind of odd if that's like how it works, right?
I mean, I guess you could do the same thing if they're sleeping. You would take their finger to use the thumbprint.
Yeah, but I mean even that you gotta pick it up.
Yeah.
See, I don't even do that. I stick to the code.
Old school. Are you 4-digit or 6-digit
I'm a
guy?
6-digit.
See, I can't. I do thumb. I got the thumbprint, but I only go 4 because it's not.
Yeah, and I think it'd be weird if like one of your friends just like try to like unlock your phone while you were sleeping and stuff to like put it against your face.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you put it. I don't know. You know how friends screw.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, $1,000. That's a lot of money. How do you think that's kind of going to isolate people away, or how do you think the sales going to be? Because usually Apple, they keep on raising the bar every single time, and now obviously with the technology and the price tag jumping so much. But do you think that that's going to hurt price at all, or there's still going to be the line around the block and everyone's going to be still going out for the iPhone?
I think that it might drive people away because like $1,000 is like a really like a lot of money just for like a phone. So I think it might drive people away.
Well, like Apple hasn't released any of their like opening week sales reports since the 6S, so I'm pretty sure it's heading down because they keep on jacking the prices up. And like $1,000 for most like common people, that's 2 or 3 paychecks roughly.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I mean, I feel like people would probably wait, like maybe like a year when the price goes down a little bit. I mean, I know that's what I did. Like I have the 7 and I waited like a year to get it, and it was cheaper. So.
Right. All right. And here's a quick question while we're on the iPhone topic. This one's for CTV's advisor, Cecil Felton. Cecil's a big fan of his 6 Plus, the big phone. Is the 6 Plus is the plus size iPhone too big, or is that the right size for a phone?
Well,
I mean, I have the Plus and I like it.
You like that?
And before that, I had the smaller one, and it just got used to it. So now it's just kind of like whenever my mom has the small one, and whenever I pick it up, I'm like, this is tiny. Like, how do you use this thing?
It feels like a mini iPad in your hand.
well, that's how like I kind of feel like it's a mini iPad in my hand, but like I have the smaller one, and like I wish I got the 6 Plus because I got like bigger fingers. So for me, like getting button wise, yeah, that would be better.
Yeah, for me, I mean, my hands are really small, so like having like the smaller one just like helps me out like better. I feel like having the bigger one would be kind of hard for me.
All right. Sorry for the accidental Matthew McConaughey there. That was tough. I think I'm gonna go with Brett with the old school, just taking on the. I like the only using the keypad there, not even messing with the face scanning technology. I agree. I'm a little skeptical. So we're gonna move on to our next topic now. So Moe's Free Queso Day took place earlier this month. It was last Thursday, actually. Per annual tradition, customers could go in and receive a free cup of the Southwestern Restaurant's tasty queso with no purchase required. Just go in there and get the queso. So with that in mind, what's your favorite fast food discount day? So obviously there's that, but there's also, I know there's like stuff like 99 cents corn dog at Sonic. What do you guys got for this? Start with Brett on this one.
Okay, so like I worked at a fast food restaurant, and like our restaurant's been around since like 1960, and we're like a mom and pop kind of restaurant now. We used to be a big chain. Well, like on the 45 and the 50th, which is coming up this year, we're doing like a discount where we drop our sandwiches and subs to their original price of like $1. Like our sandwiches are like $7 a sandwich now.
Oh,
but,
interesting.
like,
What's the restaurant?
It's called Mr. B's Best, and no, it's not named after me.
Where's it at? I gotta try that.
It's in Lake George area.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What do you got for us?
I like Free Donut Day. They do that at Dunkin' and Tim Hortons, I think. A bunch of places that sell donuts.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first Friday in June every year.
Yep, I remember. Took advantage of that this year. Got to get there like early though, when the lines for that.
Right.
Ridiculous. All right, Julie.
For me, I think that when on Halloween at Chipotle, when you wear your costume to Chipotle, you get a free burrito. So that's really cool. So I think that's my favorite food discount day.
Interesting. Are you more a Chipotle person than Moe's?
Yeah.
That's disappointing. So what about that? What are you? A Moe's, Chipotle? What about we also got Guacamole in East Rochester. That's where CTV Vice President Chris Murray is right now.
I don't like Mexican food.
Okay.
I don't like Moe's. I don't like.
So Brett, you've dropped off of the winner of this.
Fine. I don't.
What do you? Moe's, Chipotle? What's the?
I've been to Moe's once.
Wow. You guys are disappointed.
I like Mexican food. I just don't ever go there. I don't know.
That's disappointing, man. Yeah, so no one got the free queso, huh? So that's gonna be one of my. That's gonna be my because like the queso is like it's like $3.50, but you also get the cup. So I mean, you can eat it with your lunch that day, but you have like enough left over that you get the to-go chips. So that's like another snack like later in the day or tomorrow. It's perfect. It's perfect. Anything else? What do you guys? Do you guys have any like favorite like long term? I know my favorite. My favorite like gimmicky thing was in my hometown. The McDonald's had one summer midnight Big Macs where from midnight to 4 a.m. Big Macs were only $1. So I just go through the drive-thru and pick up a couple Big Macs when I'm like binging Netflix all night. It was sweet. Anything cool like that maybe isn't just a one-time thing. That's kind of like a cool. I know you talked about your restaurant.
I know that Denny's in my town would do like free breakfast or something.
Cool.
I know like my town for Moe's, like there's Moe's Monday, so like you get discounted food like each Monday, so I think that's pretty cool.
Moe's, absolutely. And for being the biggest Mexican food advocate here, Julie, you're gonna win this. You're gonna win this topic. I appreciate it. We need to get you guys going to. Let's go. We need to have like a field trip to Moe's. Get out of here. All right, that's a good start to Commotion for this week. Stay tuned after the break. We'll keep going with the ruckus.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Commotion. So moving on to our next topic here. The 2017 Emmys took place earlier this month. The event had many first-time winners, including Lena Waithe, the first African-American woman to win for Best Writing. So in that TV kind of sense, what's your guys' favorite television series that's currently running, and do you think that show got its due with the Emmys this past year? So we'll start with Maria.
Currently, my favorite show is Stranger Things. I'm a huge nerd, so I love that kind of stuff. As for the Emmys, they were nominated a few times, but I know that they were up against Handmaid's Tale, and I know that they were expected to win everything, so I wasn't really expecting them to win anything. The one thing that I maybe would have liked to have seen is to have Winona Ryder to be nominated. She didn't get that because I thought her performance was.
And all those
Yeah,
kids
I mean,
too, when you consider.
That was like one of her best performances to date, I think.
Yeah,
So.
Stranger Things. I think it kind of lost the steam after it gained a lot last summer.
Yeah, well,
because
because it came out and it's been out for a while, but next month, season 2.
Season 2,
Yep.
excited. All right, Julie.
For me, my favorite current TV show running is Modern Family because that just represents my family in like a nutshell. So, and Emmy-wise, it's gotten like over the past like years, it's gotten like 80 nominations and it's won like 22 times. So I mean, it's pretty good. Doing good.
It's kind of like running its course, especially in like Emmys. Kind of gets nominated just for the sake of it at this point, right?
Yeah.
All right, Brad.
I'm a big fan of The Ranch on Netflix. And I really don't know if it's like made the Emmys. I don't pay attention to the Emmys really. I just purely watch a show. If I think it's good, it's good. I don't like listen to what the critics say about it.
Interesting. And do you think it makes it like, so when you guys are watching, do you think it makes it a little more difficult to keep up on like current TV with all the streaming, all the Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, all that sort of stuff, where you can just go back and watch old shows, stuff like that? Has it made it harder to keep up on like current TV? What do you guys think?
Definitely, because I only have Netflix, and I know that there's a lot of really good shows on Amazon and Hulu, and I haven't checked any of them out because I just don't have it.
Yeah.
So.
Amazon. Get all the HBO shows on Amazon. That's like the biggest upside. What do you guys got?
Well, like I think it does like make it hard to watch like modern TV with all the streaming. What they could do though is like put the season out first on television and watch all that, and then like wait like 3-4 months to make sure like it gets watched on TV, and then release it to Netflix or Amazon or Hulu.
And that's what a lot of the shows on cable and on network usually end up happening. And usually Netflix won't put anything on unless it's been released on DVD for at least a month. So.
Well, for me, I mean, I'm a busy person, so like I never can catch the show when it's like actually on TV. So yeah, I'll go like online or something, or like on Netflix, and I'll rewatch it there. And
that's an interesting point too, because I don't know, like I keep up on like current TV shows. That's how I feel a lot too. Is that I'll sit down and watch it like during that week, but I won't. You can't build out time on your Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. So you feel this. Do you actually watch shows like live on TV when they're happening,
Never.
especially with the ads and everything?
Never. I DVR everything or Netflix basically.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Do you do anything, any like live TV watching, stuff like that, or is it all streaming?
I just watch sports or pro wrestling.
Okay, I can sympathize with that. But yeah, it can be difficult, stuff like that. And you guys mentioned Netflix. What do you guys like the fact that Netflix and these streaming services are making more and more shows? I mean, it's creating more competition. We've seen a lot, especially with Netflix has really taken off with like their own original shows. You've talked about with Stranger Things and stuff like that. You guys think that they're producing a lot of good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's really, really good. I mean, there's some that's kind of like, but a lot of it's pretty good.
All right. Well, we have to move on here, but I like the Stranger Things. I like that a lot, Maria. I thought you had pretty good right there. You gotta modern up from Modern Family. That thing's like on its like 12th season. It's ridiculous. All right. So before we get back into the fun stuff, I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about a little bit more of a serious topic here, heading into the second break. So last week, President Donald Trump brought the NFL national anthem protests back to the forefront. The president urged NFL owners to fire players who decide to protest against the anthem. This came on the heels of Trump rescinding the Golden State Warriors' invitation to the White House after winning the 2017 NBA title. Comments led to league-wide demonstrations, including one game between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tennessee Titans, in which neither team left their respective locker rooms for the anthem. President Trump has continued his attack on the NFL into this week. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this situation? What are you guys' thoughts on? Obviously, the side from the White House side, and then also on how the players in the NFL and other athletes have handled this. So we'll start off, I guess, with Julie this time.
Well, for me, I don't really watch sports that much, so I don't know too much about the situation. But I do know like the players, like they're doing like a peaceful protest, and like they're not doing anything illegal. So I feel like that's just not like a big deal. And for me, I was always brought up to just stand during the national anthem. So like whenever it comes on, I'll stand Like if I'm in the stadium, I'll stand. I won't do anything else.
Interesting.
Okay, so like this is a hot like button topic for me.
That's what we heard the debate
So
about.
like, I don't agree with the players taking a knee so much. I understand like there is injustice in our country. I do, but I just don't think you should take a knee for the flag or the anthem. And yes, I understand it's their constitutional rights and everything. But on the contrary, I don't believe Donald Trump, a man who should understand you can't take away people's freedom of speech, because if any man would have had it taken away by now, probably would have been him.
All right, we'll come back to some of the things that you were talking about there, Brett. But first off, Maria.
Well, I mean, I feel like we as Americans have the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And I mean, the reason the players were taking the knee was they were standing up for the injustice in this country of police brutality, white supremacy, just racism in general. And I feel like a lot of people just kind of missed the point as to why they were doing it. They weren't doing it to be disrespectful. They were doing it to make a point. And I mean, I'm for it. I mean, it was a peaceful protest. It got attention. And I mean, I'm not a fan of Trump. I mean, I don't like him. But I think the way he acted, I just don't agree with it. He calling them SOBs, like that's so unprofessional.
Yeah, that kind of brings it back around. I mean, this was a big thing last year, obviously, when Colin Kaepernick started it, and we kind of saw it fizzle out throughout the year. And then at the beginning of this year, there was a couple players, but not really much through the first couple weeks. And then obviously Trump comes down big right here, right now. Can you guys even like justify what must have been running through to even bring this back up? I mean, what?
I don't believe the players should be fired for doing what they're doing at all. Like, no man should lose their job for speaking their own mind. But I feel like they talk about how they have this big platform and everything, and most of the people who are doing this are big name stars. So that means they have money. So why don't they go on national TV where more people will see it, because more people watch the news than sports. I understand sports is a big thing, and pay to speak their mind. If it's that big of a deal for them.
I mean, just to be the devil's advocate there. I mean, they already are on national TV with the NFL, so taking the stand, and so it's interesting. What do you got? Anything else? Got any other?
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with him. Like, they should just like go on national TV and stuff. And like, what they're doing isn't wrong. They're doing what they're like First Amendment rights. So they're just peacefully protesting for what they believe in is right.
And what do you think about? I think what probably one of the most interesting things was the fact that Trump donors and supporters are even kind of taking part of this. We saw Jaguars owner Shad Khan going arm in arm with his players. We saw Jerry Jones with the Cowboys this young with the rest of his team. So very interesting with that. I think we have to move on into our next break here. Very interesting. Actually, I did like your passion on that one, Maria. I thought you had brought that very well. So you swept that segment. Very nice. You'll have the lead going into our final segment. But first, we're going to take our second break. Come on back to see the conclusion. Who's going to be the king or queen of pop culture this week on Commotion?
Did you find it? Elbows up.
We taught him how to hit a baseball,
Just like that. Say hi!
how to hit a receiver,
Nice.
the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Welcome back for our final segment of Commotion. As of right now, Maria has a little bit of an edge. So Brett and Julia, let's see if you guys can catch up on the pack a little bit here on these last couple of topics. So first up, Twitter trouble, and we're not talking about the president's Twitter trouble, but instead former NBA MVP and 2017 NBA champion Kevin Durant. He was caught defending himself on Twitter last week, responding to a fan's comments by trashing his old Oklahoma City team while in the third person. Speculation has grown on whether or not Durant used a fake account that he uses to defend himself on social media. Now, back last year, Fox Sports' Skip Bayless got caught in a similar situation on Facebook. What do you think about celebrities defending themselves in this way? And do you think that these are isolated incidents? Or do you think that this is a tactic that more athletes and celebrities might use, Brett?
I think personally they should do it more often. They should make people accountable for what they say about somebody. Like, you can't go online and run your mouth about somebody and then see them in person and like want to take a picture. Like, I'm a big fan of pro wrestling, and like I understand it's fake and everything, but there's a lot of people out there that like they write really, really negative comments about people, and then like they'll go see them in person and they'll be like, oh my god, and like want to hug them and take pictures with them. No, you said this to somebody, own up for it and take the responsibility, and how about just don't be negative, be positive.
Interesting. So move on to Maria, but what do you think about the fact that these athletes are using, in this case with Durant and with Skip Bayless, that they were using fake accounts with pseudonym names to kind of defend themselves?
I feel like using a fake account is kind of going a little bit too far. I think standing up for yourself is good, but I feel like you have to be really bored with your life to make fake accounts. I don't know. but I agree with what he says, though, about people being mean online. People are so mean online. It's awful, and I mean, I feel like if you wouldn't say it to their face, you shouldn't say it online.
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree with her. I mean, making a fake account, like, I don't know where that comes from. I mean, celebrities everywhere get made fun of all the time, and I think it's just something like they just have to put up with. But yeah, people online everywhere, it's like awful what they say, and like you go up to them in person, like you can't even say it to their face.
I think one of the interesting things about this, especially going back to the Skip Bayless thing, was that he was the first to comment on one of his own posts. So in that case, he was trying to start like the positive comments on there. So what do you think about, obviously these are just places where there are gaffes, but do you think that this is something that more celebrities do, that they create these kind of fake accounts to kind of get the narrative going in the positive direction?
Yeah, I don't know maybe if it's so much fake accounts, but it might be. But a lot of these people who like comment or like write these negative things, they're using fake accounts too because they don't want to own up to what they're saying. They don't want to like be found out who they actually are and saying like nasty things to people, telling them to go die or something. Like I've seen it written on many social media stuff where people have said that.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with what he says. Like, a lot of people, like, on Twitter, they'll be under, like a Twitter handle that's, like, completely not their name, and they'll be, like, have some random picture, so that way they can say whatever they want and get away with it, basically. And I don't agree with that. I think I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't agree with people, like, making fake accounts just to, like bash on somebody. Like, that's not right.
Interesting. Interesting. So, now you're not okay with using fake accounts to bash, but you're okay with using fake accounts to defend yourself. Is that the consensus here?
In a weird way, I believe that's what we're all trying to say.
Alrighty. So I don't know if it was just the way it was, but a lot of consensus here. But Brett, you kind of like led off there with some good stuff. So we'll give you that. We'll give you that round, and we'll head into the final commotion question for this week. So, on September 1st, Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling tweeted out a reminder to fans that Harry and Ginny Potter's son, Albus, will be heading off to Hogwarts for the first time, alluding to the date listed in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So to end off this episode of Commotion, simply ask you this. Which Harry Potter book, and not movie, we're going back old school, we're going which book was the best of the 7? Which one's difficult? We're starting with Maria on this one.
My favorite has always been number 4, Goblet of Fire. I feel like, I mean, I could go on and on about this, but I like it because I feel like it was kind of like the turning point in the series, because like I feel like the first 3 books are kind of like fun and cool because you're in the wizarding world and it's there's Quidditch, you ride on a broom, like how cool is that? Mm-hmm. But then like in the 4th book, like at the end, Harry finally approaches Voldemort in full form, and it's kind of like a turning point, and it's kind of like you see the dark side of the wizarding world, and it's not just all fun and games, basically.
All right. Moving on to Julia.
I think my favorite would just be the last one because it basically just puts everything together, like from the whole series.
Nice elaboration on that one.
Okay, so mine's the first one because like that introduced everybody to Harry Potter and the whole wizarding world and taking the train. Like I remember being a little kid and like going to a train station and like, oh my god, let's see if it works. I remember running into a wall. Like I didn't go full speed obviously into the wall, but like I like pretended to try it. And like I remember being a little kid pretending to be like Harry Potter in the wizard world and all that.
Interesting. So, I guess we'll bring the films into it a little bit. I don't bring up the films just because I haven't seen them all. I don't have time to watch all 7 of them, 8 of them. Sorry, but what do you guys think that would you guys also like when you guys were looking at the books compared to the films? Would you also like would you rank Goblet of Fire also as your favorite film as well, or do you think that it kind of like changed it? You know, the adaptation from book to film didn't really.
I really liked the number 4 movie. I feel like the last one though was my favorite, just because the Deathly Hallows Part 2. It was just like so intense. It was just like action like the whole time, and it was kind of like nostalgic because like I basically grew up with Harry Potter. And it's like, oh, it's the last one. So.
Interesting. You really think obviously you just said that Deathly Hallows is your favorite book. You also agree with that was your favorite movie as well?
Yeah, like she said, it's really intense and like it just like keeps you like wanting to watch and like wanting to know like what happens. I mean, if you read the book, then you know what happens. But like if you haven't and you just seen the movie, then it just like makes you just want to keep watching it.
All right.
Well, like in a movie standpoint, all the movies are good because they make you want to come back and watch another one. Like they've made 7 movies off these books, and like it's hard enough to make a sequel, but to be able to make more than one movie, I guess, off of each one, like that says something about each movie, that they're all great in their own individual way.
Interesting. So we're running out of time here. So right now, Maria and Brett, you guys are both tied at 2 topics apiece. So here we go. This is your last ditch effort here. 20 seconds each here for the win. We're gonna go to each of you. Favorite character. Give your 20-second pitch.
Of like all time, or like
Favorite character of the Harry Potter series?
Well, it would have to be Dumbledore because he's a giant. Everyone loves giants. He's got that big, massive mountain man beard. And like he.
Oh, you're talking. That's an automatic loss. You're talking about Hagrid. You call him Dumbledore. Maria, what do you go with your? What are you gonna say, anyways?
Definitely Hermione. She's just the lead girl in the film, and she's just. I don't know. I just really like her. She keeps the boys in place, and she's brilliant. So.
See, you would have had a good if you would have just called Hagrid. You would have had a good ground to stand on. All right. Well, that was well, guys. It's been tough to decide, but tonight's Commotion winner, based on that last pitch. Sorry for the stumble there, Brett, but Maria, you're for opening 2017 Commotion champion. So while you're thinking of what you're going to talk about for your FaceTime, sorry, I got to remind everybody to check out Commotion and all your other favorite CTV favorites on Campus Channel 4, and check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Cardinal Television Fisher. So Maria, take it away.
Thank you for letting me win. I just transferred here at St. John Fisher, and I'm just getting used to everything. So it's a really nice experience, and I enjoyed it very much, and I hope to continue being part of the club, and yeah.
Thank you. Catch you all next time.